got by the frogs. I went as hard as I could on the knuckle because I didn't want to get the pussy fingers.
Absolutely.
Like if I touch this nail, I'm. Oh.
Something happened.
Folks, we are a band that
This
is
is
also a
the
game
Brew
show.
with Brotherwife. This is the welcome to the Brew with Brotherwife, a Pacific Northwesty edition.
We wanted to bring you a little bit of our roots into your living room. Hopefully,
A little bit of our mold into your windowsill.
a little bit of our humid moisture into your hot domicile.
A little bit of our moss into your shingle.
A little bit of our true north into your compass. Baby, this is the Brew, and we are so happy to be with you on this Monday morning. How are you feeling?
I think they're feeling good.
And
I think they're feeling good because I project my reality onto everyone else's, and
Yeah.
I'm feeling pretty good.
It is kind of crazy how we are all living in different realities. Like, there is no objective reality. Sometimes we agree on things, but it doesn't even mean we're agreeing on the same thing. Like, and I know this is kind of like, it's the stupid. It's like, what is the meme like? Like caveman brain, somewhat enlightened brain, human brain, like transcending brain. It's like the thought about, is my orange your orange?
Yeah.
That's like stupid brain, but then it's also like transcending brain. Like,
Absolutely.
you know what I mean? It's like, is my orange your orange?
And then above that is the brain of a person who's trying to do a live stream while a fucking military jet
Okay, so
passes
we have been
overhead.
here for about 30 minutes just getting everything right.
With
It's
no
been-
issues.
It's been serene out here.
Can
It's
you
been
hear
peaceful.
that military jet?
Literally
It's
serene.
about...
Do we have audio on though?
We have
I don't
audio
see-
on.
I
We
don't
have
see
audio on.
bars. I see no bars.
Bars on bars, baby.
See, and that's why you need to have trust. Even though you can't see the bars, that means...
And that's
gotta
one
have
of those
trust.
words, that's one of those concepts that we're talking about. You can have trust, but do you have my kind of trust? Right? Do you have, I feel love for you, but do you have what I understand love to be for me?
Right. Well, it's especially like, have you ever had somebody say, like, you don't know what love is? I had somebody, my 23-year-old girlfriend, say that to me. And I think at that time I really didn't.
Did
At
she,
least,
though?
At least for her.
Sure.
No, she probably didn't either.
Yeah.
She probably didn't either.
But
honestly,
it's so true.
she had a fucking tattoo that said, on her ribs, that said, "Love always leaves." And that really made me sad.
Ooh.
When I was like,
Was that a
23.
pretty bad red flag? Like when
I
you saw
just-
that, were you
when I
like,
s-
ah?
I was just, I didn't feel good about it. I wasn't like green flag.
Yeah, no green flag. We'll call it a yellow
Love
flag.
always leaves. I think it's from a Bright Eye song,
She
which
had a-
that's an even bigger red flag.
That's it. Yeah, it was a color changing flag. When you saw it, it was a yellow flag, and it slowly
Right.
became
It's
a
a
red
chameleon flag.
It's a chameleon flag.
Yeah.
You guys ever wear mood rings?
Whoa.
What?
You just flipped off our good folks at home.
No, I just showed them where I put my mood ring.
You put your mood ring on the middle finger like a goddamn
Absolutely.
heathen?
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
No, I can't fit ringers on these sausage fingers.
Ringers on these fingers?
Is that what I said?
You did say ringers on these. I can't fit ringers
That's
on these sausage
beautiful.
fingers.
I honestly love that. I
Yeah.
honestly love that. So we're broadcasting today from Kingston in
Kingston,
the
Washington.
beautiful Pacific Northwest.
Yeah.
Just behind us, we have probably like an 8-acre swamp that has beavers, hawks, eagles. You've got salamanders, newts. There's otters. There's fish out here. I used to play out back here. Actually, I used to play out back here, and
He used to play with himself out back here, too.
there's.
Did you ever jack off in the woods?
I mean, I have,
Yeah.
and a decent amount. There was a
Yeah.
period of time in my life where I really enjoyed that.
It feels a little bit weird when
It's
you're a kid,
special,
right? You're
yeah.
like, there's something bad, but connecting.
Occasionally,
I want
we
to come on a leaf.
Yeah.
I want to come on a leaf.
And if I get a little on my hands, I'll wipe it off in the dirt. Oops, stick,
What's the
dirt,
problem?
leaves.
What is the problem?
This is you at your most real. Do we want to
Yeah.
talk about love? Do we want to talk about
Do
universally
you want to talk about
accepted love?
understanding?
It's coming in the woods when you're 14, okay?
Okay, I do have one. Sorry, I don't want to SS because you were saying about your story.
no. It's
Okay,
fine.
well, I didn't really want to tell this story, but I have to. I'm compelled to because
Absolutely.
it just. So, when I was like, I had just moved to Kingston actually, and I was like, I don't know, I guess 9th grade. So this is kind of like too old to have shenanigans like this. And folks, it wasn't anything weird. Well, it was weird, but it wasn't anything inappropriate.
Okay.
I was playing hide and seek with my brother, who is 5 years.
It sounds so.
Who's 10 years younger than me?
It really felt like you were going to say, "Who's dead?
Who's dead?
Who's dead?" And so he can't file any
So he
police
can't,
reports.
and he can't talk.
This is no longer criminal.
Yeah, so I'm 10 years older than my brother. I was 15, he was 5. we were doing a hide and seek in the woods. I was like, find me. But I just like, oh no, I was supposed to find him, I think. Someone was supposed to be finding someone, but I just went to the side and started jacking off.
Oh!
And my little brother's just out in the woods, either trying to find me or I'm trying to find him. I mean, I'm not like...
It's a lot better if he's trying to find you than if you're jerking off.
No, dude, I think it's worse if he's trying to find me.
Oh,
because then I'm posted up somewhere, like, jerking off, waiting.
That's a
if
good
he's
point.
hiding and I'm
That's
just, like, letting
really
him
good
fucking
point.
explore and I'm just doing a side quest.
5 to 15 is the most dangerous time.
That's why I'm like...
It's the most dangerous, and for this very reason, folks. Because when you're 15... You
are a fucking firecracker.
You're a firecracker.
You're a firecracker.
You're old enough to know that there's anything in the world you can do. Like at 15, that's like the perfect age to accidentally shoot someone.
Oh my god! Well, I almost
perfect
did.
age to like do a lot of drugs. You almost did, folks.
Absolutely.
You know, and you've got a 5-year-old who's just now capable of phalanges, are capable of firing a gun, smoking off tinfoil. All of these different things that you gain the ability to do. Now, normally, culturally, you wouldn't have access to those things. But you've got a 15-year-old brother, and you are in luck because we are going to find the bottom of this well.
I thought you were saying you are in love.
And you are in love, and you are no longer lonely.
This guy does have a Mormon history, so be careful with what he starts professing.
I do know what love is.
Ricardo! Extreme case of ADHD.
Yeah.
Ricardo, did you buy that tongue, because I can't actually roll my R's like a real Latin-speaking person, like a person of Latin lineage. I can't do it. And I am... I can't. I have to do the back like an Arabic person. See, mine comes from the back.
You can't do the tongue?
Nope. I cannot do the tongue.
You get it to bounce?
Dude,
okay, look,
I have tried so many times. If I lived in Mexico, where I should have probably grown up, I would have had a speech impediment. I've actually been saved. No, literally, I would not be able to roll my R's, and it would be
in the United States. You literally just like can't do like a cultural affect, but in you're literally they might kill you. They might leave you on a hillside.
Absolutely.
If you're good donkey food.
But listen, it sounds very similar. Right. Ricardo. Are
you doing it in the back of the throat?
Yeah.
Wow. It's like when you lose an arm and you learn how to weave textiles still.
Absolutely.
You know, it's I think that's a really special story. You banged in the woods, right?
Did I bang in the woods? I actually don't know if I have banged in the woods.
Okay.
I haven't. I've banged a couple places. You know, they're exotic, but I don't think the woods was one of them.
My first time was in a tent, but I have done.
I do remember that. I was there.
You were there.
Not in the tent.
That was not in the tent. Or was he? Find out in the next episode.
I was so happy for you.
Thank you.
I was like, wow. It's really happening for him.
Yeah. It was a special
I lost mine first, but that didn't mean anything. That literally didn't mean anything.
I mean, it means something.
It was a girl that went to a different school.
Oh.
That's like
it's like hunting for deer and catching a beaver. You're like, I'll excited.
I'll still eat it. I
have to be, but
guys, get the pelt. Check out the pelt.
Look at the beaver tail. Slap. Ha ha ha.
You don't want to be the fat kid in high school that's girlfriend goes to another school. Like that's just, even if it's true, it's not a good place to be.
It's really not. I had a couple experiences like that. You remember Anya?
Of course I remember Anya.
Yeah, you guys...
We met Anya at a show. Yeah. She was a girl that went to, like, Port Orchard High School
Exactly, and we snog... Well, snogging isn't having sex. Snogging is
kiss, yeah.
Snogging is kissing, right?
Well, I think that's maybe flogging.
What is snogging? Flogging is beating someone's bottom. Flogging is whipping someone.
Okay, so maybe...
I think snogging is
okay.
Like messy kissing, you know? Does anybody know
what snogging is?
Snogging, can somebody look up the definition?
I actually think you're right. I get snogging and flogging mixed up.
Yeah, flogging, Molly. Yeah. I mean, actually, both work. Sometimes you flog and snog.
Sometimes you snog before you flog.
Sometimes you flog before you snog.
That's not the right way.
Absolutely.
You don't want to do that.
And sometimes when you're brother-wife, you do it right in front of a bog. Are you guys ready to watch a special episode where we flog each other, snog each other, and then do it and bog each other?
All right, ready?
Yeah.
All right.
Island Boys.
Actually,
Didn't
the
Island Boys
Patreon.
do
We have a paywall behind that content.
That is going to be.
But we just gave you a little bit to entice you. That way, you're gonna, get the engines revving and start to.
Here,
subscribe.
I'll just show you.
Give him. There it is. And I'm gonna kiss over here.
And now pretend we're both 180 degrees and we're hot. We're live.
Oh, God.
That's a hot
That
mouth.
was, wow. Did you eat onions?
I actually ate a lot of onions last night. Over the course of yesterday.
Okay, this guy was standing over me trying to help me with bananagrams, and his breath was fucking whack.
With what? The whole
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I was like, no, I'm good. I don't need help. And he's like, yes, you could put a quit here.
Yeah, and I'm imagining.
And I'm like, no, it's all good. It's all good. And he's like, yeah, his right here. Like,
it's actually why you won the game. I motivated you to do well enough that I had to leave. Yeah. I'm like, I can't help him anymore. He's beyond me
I
now.
appreciated the help, but
Sensei.
I kind of it was like helpful, but then I also I can't think because I'm just thinking about what you're saying. You know what I mean?
I would. Actually, when Matt was helping me, it was pretty fun.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
Gotcha.
I think it might be the only reason I won that game too. Yeah.
Wait, Matt was helping you?
Matt helped me for a little bit. Yeah.
Oh, for the first one.
Have you good folks ever played Bananagrams?
Bananagrams is actually very fun.
Grid, what's up, my boy?
What up, baby? Yo, sound okay? You guys can hear us all right? Is that all right? I mean, if you can't hear us, say something.
Say something.
Say a little something. We're assuming all the sounds okay.
We were watching some off-grid streams the other day.
Oh my god, yeah, we were watching
Shout
the
out.
monkey. That shit was so fucking funny, the monkey chat.
Shout out to Off-Grid.
That was really funny.
Oh, that is...
But yeah, Off-Grid, you gotta cycle when it gets weird, because there's monkeying, and then there's accidental grooming of a child, and we watched a streamer do... shout out OGL. You would never groom other than your personal, beard, but it was getting uncomfortable. You need to know when to exit.
I'm gonna say I spot on.
You agree?
Yeah, push. No. Oh, sorry. No. I would say it was spot on. Boundaries and envelopes must be pushed, and the only person whose job it is to decide is your probation officer.
I guess.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to your what's the difference between a probation officer and a parole officer?
Okay. I don't know.
Shout out below. I feel like probation maybe is before you go to jail, and then you're about to go into jail. And then parole is like, I'm out of jail.
Oh!
I'm going to keep out of jail unless I violate my
Oh, yeah, maybe.
Parole's you're going back. The
if
other
you mess
one
up.
is
Yeah.
you're not.
Maybe I think you can get on probation without having gone to jail, but maybe you have to go to jail to get parole. This is cold conjecture, folks.
Yeah. Isn't it nice to be in a situation in your life where just
you're not sure?
Huh, yeah. There's so many times where we just could have been arrested and had our entire our entire story just fucking take a couple snags through the penal system.
We were just talking about trying to, if I somehow wound up in jail trying to continue doing the brew.
Yeah.
It would kind of be fun.
Yeah, this guy works so hard. He needs a little bit of a break. Three hots in a cot and some fucking peace and quiet to read.
Yeah.
He'll take 2 hots.
Well, how long does it take for me to go, you know what? I'll fool around and find out. Fool around and find out.
For folks that don't know, he's done a few quads on the stream, but this guy's got a goddamn.
If I wanted to work this
this guy's what we call slim thick. Not a high body fat percentage, but
it's all in the ass.
That thing really do bump.
If I wanted to sell, it would sell like hotcakes.
So just know that he has options and he has contingencies if he does go to
there may come a time where I offer a bounty for somebody to try and get me put in jail.
Yeah,
that would be pretty.
What if we tried to get each other put in jail?
We used to.
I feel like we should. Oh, that's
we used to.
The most dangerous game.
The most dangerous game is the actual name of the game. What we had is for about probably 2 years.
It was the best of times.
It was the best of times. We found a used meth pipe.
Oh, it was good. Yeah, I found it at the apartment I was managing, and I gave it to Tyler in a really nice box with a flower for his birthday.
It was a really wonderful gift. And then so begins the most dangerous game, an era in our lives where we would attempt to plant a used meth pipe on somebody's person or in somebody's vehicle where they would get it out when a police officer had pulled them over or something.
So you would just be going about your day, you check your pocket, you'd be like, there's literally a used meth pipe in my pocket.
I'm at work. I'm about to go into a meeting with the COO.
I've got a used meth pipe. I need to put it in a bush.
I need to put it in a bush.
I'm going to take it back and I'm going to plant it on
I've got to take care of it. I'm going to plant it. Yeah, exactly.
There was one time where we were at a show and he put the meth pipe in my guitar case and thought that I wouldn't notice. And so I put it in his wife's purse. And then at the show, he was like, Jeff, check your guitar case.
Oh my God, you guys.
Allison, Tyler's wife, check your purse.
That
and it was about the best moment of my life. He thought that he got me, and I was 1 step ahead.
That was like M. Night Shyamalan. That was like an A24 level, A24 thriller film level plot twist.
It was beautiful.
I loved that. I loved that.
Yeah, then we bought some other meth pipes, but they weren't used.
They weren't used.
It just,
it's just not the same when there's not burnt meth in the pipe. Like, you really kind of need that. Because at that point, when you get pulled over, you're going to fucking jail.
Absolutely.
You're going to fucking jail.
What are you going to say? That's not my meth pipe. It's me and my friend have a game.
We have a game where we... Wait, do other people say this kind of thing to you?
I don't know if this is like meth or crack. I really don't know.
Can you tell me? Could you tell me? Could you do like a lab analysis and tell me? Because maybe I could let you know which friend did it.
Ashley!
What's up, cousin?
What up? This makes me think... this is kind of total random side note here, but one time I used to work at an old hotel. Actually, no, not an old hotel. A nice hotel downtown. And a long time ago, I feel like an old man now. When I was a young man,
young buck,
I worked at a hotel, and this hotel had a wine hour, so people would just sit there and drink wine in the lobby, and I'd pour the wine.
I remember. Yeah, that was fun.
And by the way, I'm like fucking 22 years old, 23 years old, bullshitting about wine. I do not know anything about wine, and I'm literally looking like 40-year-old doctors in the face and being like, yeah, so it's like not too presumptuous, but it definitely has like a good
catamaran of self-inflicted dignity that's not worrisome.
And I remember one time I actually got because I flew too close to the sun. I thought I was like I can say whatever I want, and so I was like, yeah, with the Chardonnay, I mean it's kind of oaky, but you know how it goes. Like it kind of depends on what kind of grapes they use. And then the guy was like, well, aren't all Chardonnays made with Chardonnay grapes? And I was like, of course, yes. I mean, the
type of Chardonnay
grapes.
I mean, Chardonnay is grown in Chardonnay, but I mean, think about the regions in Chardonnay.
So, okay, that's the side story. The real story is there was this couple. They were there. There was a restaurant attached to the lobby. So they went to the wine hour. They're hanging with me. They went to the restaurant. They came out. They were sitting in the lobby, but they weren't hotel guests.
Okay. Didn't know there was an airplane landing field in the field across from in the field over here.
We were out here for like 40 minutes setting up. And there
was my God, it's Bougie Wife.
Oh, Bougie Wife.
Holy shit, I love that.
Baby. Hell yeah.
Shout out, John. We love you. We love you.
So there's these folks in the hotel lobby. They're not guests, but we have rapport because I was pouring them wine, talking with them. I come over to them because I'm cleaning up the glasses and stuff, and I'm like, hey, guys, just so you know, you can't be meandering around here. This is a private area for hotel guests. We're all having a fun time because obviously you can stay as long as you'd like. So the lady said, I came here about maybe 6 months ago, and I wanted to have my my daughter's recital here, her wedding, her reception, and the guy, he was nice, but he wasn't you, And I thought she said he was nice, but he was a Jew? And I'm 23 years old in customer service mode. I don't know anything about anything. I'm lying about wine. I'm like,
this guy went full Hitler Youth.
I go, yeah, I mean, we try and keep the Jews at bay. Oh! I literally said that. And then she said, wait, what? And then I was like, wait. What did you say? And then she's like, oh, no, I'm from New York. I have a bunch of friends that are Jewish. She was trying to justify to me that she was not. And this was like before woke. This was like 2013.
I mean, but the vines, the roots and vines of the woke movement.
Yes, the roots and vines had begun.
But it did not have a name yet.
It didn't have a name.
It was just a sensation.
Yeah, this was even before gay marriage was actually
It's
legal.
like when... Okay, that actually... makes me feel sad.
Isn't that crazy?
That actually makes me feel really
sad.
sad.
Isn't that wild? Goddamn. It's all the social thing.
Legalized
well, it was like
Washington.
state-wise legalized like a bunch, and then it became federally legal in like 2015, I think.
Okay. That is... I can't...
Like maybe 2015.
That's like 8 years ago.
No, it's pretty crazy.
What the
I know.
Fuck,
well, and
guys?
the funniest thing is all the politicians that have like clips from like 1997, and they're like, yeah, well, it's pretty straightforward. I mean, marriage is a man and a woman, and anything else is a horrific abomination.
Is there any way that
and then now they're just like, yeah,
that. We can we
Build
scrub
this
Can
city
we scrub
on
that? No, we can't scrub it.
LGBTQ.
Okay, we're gonna have to
LGBTQ.
really market this right because we can't scrub it. We got a story from Ashley. I crossed the Canadian border in a new-to-me 2006 Mazda and didn't do a full car clean yet. Later found in the car jack compartment the old acrylic bong caked with resin. This car belonged to a dad with 3 kiddos, and it was his commuter vehicle. Damn.
That's a dad that needs a fucking second.
That is a dad that needs a second.
Right?
Can you blame him? 3 kids that's enough kids to go crazy.
I believe so. You got one, and you're already on your way.
That brings me back to my almost never came back from Mexico story. I'll keep it brief because we've told it on the Brew here before, but my wife and I were traveling down to Mexico. We'd actually traveled down the U.S. coast with this fine gentleman here. It was a wonderful time. We did a lot of El Arginine with tequilas. We had the dogs with us. It was an absolute blast.
That was a good time.
So he had a little bit of weed. He was smoking it. He wound up smoking a little weed. Why don't you smoke a little weed? We're down in Mexico, and, we get a little tossed. We have a little bit too much vodka. That happened basically every other day. One day of a hangover, one day of binge drinking. What's the problem? Allison had a pretty gnarly hangover, and, we found a little bit of weed in the backseat. It was Sweet Uncle JJ's. Sweet Uncle JJ's. We find Sweet Uncle JJ's ganj in the backseat, and we think, you know what? Al needs this. This is literally medicine.
Yeah.
So she puts together a little pen pipe out of a pen tube, and she takes a hit or two to help with the tummy aches. And we round a corner while there's still smoke pouring out of the pipe to a fucking military checkpoint.
The worst possible timing you could actually have ever. You couldn't manifest worse timing.
I have never been more scared in my entire life.
Well, because, folks, if you've never been to Mexico, they are wielding AK-7s down there, like AK-47s like they're cucumbers. They're, like, making salads with guns. It's not a problem.
It is serious business. There were probably, between 12 and 20 armed military gentlemen.
Oh, and by the way, they're not, adhering to a strict code of ethics.
Yeah, they kind of...
They're not,
Sometimes they wing it.
There's self-interest involved.
Sometimes they wing it. So we both panic so hard that we don't even throw the weed out of the car. But the thing is, when we round that corner, we're about 200 feet away. And
because if I throw it, they're just going to see it. Yeah.
So what we do is Allison hides it underneath the dog bed for her, at this point, 14-year-old Chihuahua named Dinky. Yeah. And we think, who's in the man of the people. Exactly. He's a Chihuahua coming home. They're going to have more respect for this 3-pound Chihuahua than they do for us. Absolutely. Rightfully so. Mexican blood. We hide it under that. They wind up stripping our vehicle down. We have cans of dehydrated beans and things because we're eating on the cheap. They open our can of dehydrated beans. They open our bags and they look in our bags. They pull stuff out of the trunk. One of the only places they don't look is underneath that Chihuahuan dog bed.
Well, and also because he snarled, right?
He snarled. The guy reached down to either touch him or move the bed or something, and Dinky tried to bite the guy, and he went, okay. Well... Yeah. Probably good.
Oh my God. So crazy.
We survived. We survived because of a Chihuahua from the motherland, and that was one of the scariest times of my entire life. But my wife and I could have disappeared.
Yeah. No, dude, I had to bribe a Mexican official one time just to get from Mexico to Belize. They literally made us pay $100 bribe because we didn't get our passport stamped when we got in.
Yeah.
They were like, "No, you're good." They were like, "You don't need a passport stamp. You're fucking good." And then we're like, "Are you sure?" The only method of Homeland Security was you press a button, and if it's green, you're good. If it's red 1/3 of the time, and literally it just was red for the 30% of the time, they just have a random blanket 30% check. So it's like if you're the ones with guns, you let your friend go first because he's getting checked. So they didn't stamp my passport. I even went to a weird fucking immigration office in Mazatlan, and I was like, "Hey, we're definitely good. We don't need any weird cards or anything." They're like, "Nah, you're good." And then we try to get through fucking Mexico to Belize. They take us off the bus. They call us illegales.
Oh!
They have us in a fucking... I'm really freaking out because I don't know what's going to happen. I'm like,
this is a guy who has had bad... And I don't want to put this on his blood, on his heritage, but he's had bad times.
I've had bad times. Yeah. I got detained in Scotland because they thought that I was trying to fucking illegally immigrate.
Sent the fuck back.
Yeah.
He traveled all the way to Scotland.
I was there for 12 hours.
Afternoon
12 hours.
in Scotland.
Yeah, they held my passport, and then if I wouldn't have come back, I would have been a Scottish.
How long were you flying for total?
13 hours, 12, 13 hours.
Each way or one way?
Yes.
Each way.
Well,
so 26 hours.
And there's also
flying.
you fly from Seattle to Amsterdam to, well, there's two different ways. You go through Heathrow or you could go through Amsterdam.
Sure.
Either way, it's fucked. They don't like me in Scotland.
They don't like me in
They put me in a holding tank with other Browns, so I can just, that's all I surmised. That's all I saw.
What kind of stew is it? What kind of stew is it? It's a brown stew.
It's a brown stew.
It's a brown stew. Don't ask what the meat is.
But hey, I made it. I made it to Belize unscathed. One of the things that we do here on the Brew is we read you the stories that you want to hear. Our leading story today, TT, do you want to take this one?
Sure,
please,
gladly. Houston rapper Viper arrested after allegedly holding women in captivity for years. That is not a good look.
He looks here. May I?
Yeah. Give him what they need. Give him what they need.
I'm going over the fire for you guys.
Your armpits might light on fire.
I'm going over the fire.
This is wow. It's gonna get hot all of a sudden. It's gonna get hot all of a sudden.
Yeah.
That's if you ask me to draw a picture. If you asked me in a DALL-E 3 style fashion to draw a picture of the Houston rapper Viper, that would not be it.
Yeah.
That would not be it.
Yeah, honestly, he looks like Cat Williams on a
Bender.
He looks like Cat Williams in 1 year when Cat Williams has been destroyed by every single media entity.
Absolutely.
That he's called out.
The post-Houston rapper Viper, arrested after allegedly holding women in captivity for years, appeared first on Consequence.
Wait, women or a woman?
Holding woman.
Okay.
Sorry, woman. Lee Carter, a Houston-based rapper, and that's his not rapper. That's his real human name. Lee Carter, aka the Viper of Houston, a Houston-based rapper who performs under the stage name Viper, has been arrested and charged with aggravated kidnapping after allegedly holding a woman captive in his home for 4 to 5 years.
Wow.
How the fuck do you get away with that?
I don't understand. I mean, like, in this economy, another month, it just seems like a lot.
Inflation really does put it in. And maybe that's how he got caught. He said, you know what? It's more worth it for me to go to jail.
This tax season, I'm seeing the
$3 in a cot.
It's a sunk cost.
Can you claim he calls his account? Can I claim her as a dependent?
I can hostage.
I mean, she is a dependent. Like, literally. Like, I could kill her.
She depends on me to live.
She depends on me to live.
I depend on her to not be bored.
According to court documents obtained by the Houston Chronicle, the alleged victim told police that she was kidnapped by Carter while panhandling. While in Carter's captivity, the woman says she was forced to live in his garage, where she was repeatedly sexually assaulted and deprived of a bathroom or shower. He also allegedly forced her to take crack cocaine and other narcotics. That last one, I'm a little like...
Right. She had no interest in the the crack cocaine.
Sure. The other ones I get. Police say that when they found the woman, she weighed approximately 70 pounds.
Jesus.
Okay.
How
folks.
did you? I mean, I wonder if he was one of the rappers that was like rapping about it in drill rap.
Oh yeah.
You know,
yeah. Here, let me give it a
my
shot.
My bitch 70 pounds.
Yeah.
She stink like doo doo.
Okay.
She locked in my basement. I keep her trapped like voodoo. I don't know. You can do it better.
I got her down 30 pounds. That's what we do. I got her a bucket so she can go doo-doo.
Yo.
4 to 5 years she's sitting in the basement. Her name is Sarah. And she better say thanks, bitch. It's a lot of money with this hyperinflation. Yeah, you think with me holding her that I'm insane. It's hard to support me and my one other dependent. I called my accountant just trying to vent, saying it's hard to make ends meet when you're the Viper.
Yo.
Swiped her like a kitty cat swiped by a tiger.
She bite me, so I strike her.
Like a viper. Because he's the fucking Viper, folks.
So that's probably like one of his songs.
That's probably one of his songs.
Probably one of his songs.
No, you gotta love when people admit to doing to active killing.
Well, it's funny because like when you're admitting to an act of killing, you're sounding cool, but like there's not like a way to like sound cool about like fucking a 70-year-old piss like reaching piss stench. Like debilitated beyond like human.
You can't really
human decency.
You can't turn that one.
You can't. Yeah. I got an infection. like how did there's no real cool way.
Yeah, no.
I mean, is this young lady still alive?
She is alive.
Okay, that's good.
She is alive, which is good. Approximately 70 pounds, was wearing filthy, dirty clothes and had crusty hair. The garage contained a mattress covered in fresh vomit, a makeshift toilet, and dripping faucet, as well as a pile of diapers, Bags of chips and
I
Twinkies.
love how they were like dripping faucet.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy's not conscientious with his water usage at all. We're in a drought. This is in California. I mean, I'm thinking, if you're going to do one bad thing, that's fine, but don't do two bad things.
Don't do two bad things. We've got filthy, dirty clothes, crusty hair, fresh vomit, makeshift toilet, dripping faucet, pile of diapers, and Twinkies. I didn't even know you could get Twinkies anymore. Carter is being held on a $100,000 bond and is scheduled to appear in a Houston court for a preliminary hearing on Monday, January 8th.
Did you ever think about,
that's today.
Oh my God, we got to keep you...
We got to keep
you ever think about how, like, an objective object could carry, like, the worst feelings out? Like a Twinkie, right? Like, she would never surmise that she would, like, be in a horrific situation where she just had to eat Twinkies while, like, bleeding from all of her orifices. Like that, right? Like, I'm sorry, but folks, that is, like, would you ever imagine that you would eat a Twinkie while bleeding from multiple parts of your body? Probably not.
No.
But then when you see a Twinkie later... That's like you have such resonance.
Twinkie trauma.
So I mean, like anything like this, like you could be somebody could force this into your asshole and then force you to be on a pogo stick.
Hey, that
actually could happen.
It's
a wacky world, and there's things that that have significance sometimes, but don't have significance other times. And I just think that's interesting.
It is absolutely interesting. I'm trying to think of. Do you have any specific? Frogs. You've got some. It
was a problem as a kid, but I'm not too frog.
I'm trying to think if I've got anything. Ooh.
I mean, you just don't like being like slimy. Ooh. You don't like fucking. You don't like sunscreen or conditioner. Or
sure.
You don't like goop. You're a big goop.
I don't like goop. Somebody did something bad with goop. There's another thing. I'm not going to get super deep into it. But there's a specific soap.
Get super deep.
Get super deep. Landlords never fix the dripping faucet. They don't.
I'm doing the Viper song.
This is
super deep.
So
okay, that's it.
There's a type of soap that is mixed with the that is forever mixed with the smell of poop for me.
Oh, how did this happen?
This happened. I had a bad poop incident. And then
when you wash with the soap, and then you're like, even the soap is forever on.
Dude, the soap literally smells like shit now.
Wait, you still have the soap?
The soap is a soap that it's a household soap.
I need everything.
You need everything.
I need everything.
You need everything. Okay.
Everything.
So I shit myself.
Okay.
So I actively shit myself bad enough that years ago.
This was like 6 days ago.
Like 6 days ago. This is a Murphy's. This is a standard Murphy's hand soap. This is standard Murphy's hand soap. It's in a lot of places. Murphy's. Yeah, Murphy's hand soap.
I don't know a Murphy's hand soap.
But so poo-poo all over the place. Okay. Poo-poo all over the place. Okay. Gets on my hands. I'm trying to clean it off. I can't. You know when you get poop on your hand, just like burgers. You eat a big juicy burger. You wash your hands once. You smell your hands. It smells like burger. Yeah. You wash your hands twice. Right. You smell your hands. It smells like burger. Yeah. Same thing with poop. I can't remember. There's a specific particle in poop that does not go away, folks. Yeah. So. I wash my hands. I smell it. It smells like soap and poop. I wash my hands. It smells like soap and poop. I wash my hands. It smells like soap and poop. I've trained myself at this point that the soap smells like poop. At this point, every time I smell that soap, it smells a little bit like poop to me now.
Oh my gosh.
Isn't that awful?
You've literally been like Pavlovian trained.
Yeah, forever and clean. Forever and clean. It's a bummer too because I loved that soap.
Yeah.
It's a bummer too. So it does happen. That poor woman is never going to eat a Twinkie the same again.
God damn. Hey, I'm sorry that happened to you.
You know what? I'm working through it. I'm working through it on the brew right now as we speak.
Absolutely.
I'm working through it as we speak.
So that soap is just forever unclean.
Soap is forever unclean. Absolutely.
Gotcha. Let's see. This is actually I was just reading this. This isn't.
Now that's just interesting.
Okay, so one other story here. TB Joshua, megachurch leader, raped and tortured worshippers. The BBC finds.
Oh, I thought it was by worshippers, and I was like, who? But this is a little bit sadder. That would have been a lot better.
That would have been a lot better.
That would have been a lot better.
So he seems like a nice guy. I don't think he's doing any bad stuff.
Here, I'll give it to him. I'll give it to him.
I mean, if I told you that this man was a worship leader, would you also assume that in tandem he's raping and murdering? Is he murdering? I can't remember.
Raping and torturing.
Oh, torturing.
Torturing and raping. No! he looks like a passionate guy. I'll give him
like
that.
Dude, I feel like
he seems like a responsible father.
He would be like a father
He'd
that
be a
like
good dad.
He'd be a good dad that like teaches tough love, but in like a loving way.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like so, he like pushes you down, and then you look up, and he's giving you a ginger smile.
A ginger smile.
But he's like, you must keep your feet in your line sight. It is the hyena's way. You know what I mean? Like,
Sure,
I feel like... Okay,
absolutely. Absolutely.
Evidence of widespread abuse and torture by the founder of one of the world's biggest Christian evangelical churches has been uncovered by the BBC. Dozens of ex-Synagogue Church of All Nations members, 5 British, allege atrocities including rape, forced abortions by Nigeria's late T.B. Joshua.
I just love when
5 Brits, by the way.
Yeah, exactly. I love when that pops up.
I mean, it is BBC, so they're like, "Hey, this is why we're."
You should be concerned about this. It's people like
it's
you.
People like you.
You could have been raped.
They were trying to get a spotted T, but instead they got a spotty pair of underwear.
Spotty D. Spotty D. A spotty dick.
Oh, spotty D.
It's got spotty D. Hey, really quick shout out to Neil Sell for popping in. We love you, man. Thanks for popping in.
Oh, Neil Sell?
Neil Sell,
my gosh, Landlords never fix the dripping faucet. They really don't. They really don't. And
They
would be,
really don't.
And it gets passed on to you if it's sub-metered.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm concerned.
I once lived in an abandoned 1902 farmhouse that had been a chicken hoarder's home.
He did. He broke into a
years.
condemned home, found a piece of documentation, called the owner, and made a case.
I made a case, and I told him, you let me live here for free for 6 months, and I'll fix the place up, and then I'll pay you $400 a month after that. And he was like, absolutely. Was it legal? No, the place was like legally condemned.
Yeah, no, the shower was a literal rusty like trough.
Yeah, pig trough. The shower was a pig trough.
It was
one of the coolest houses I've ever lived in.
It was a charming place.
Yeah, one day I want to buy that house.
Oh,
I want to buy that house.
Yeah, I mean, if it's not literally fucking torn down.
If it's not literally fucking torn down. No, he went on to. I actually sublet it for a while, and he went on to repair it and rent it.
Wait,
again.
didn't you sublet it to somebody that like fucked you?
Yeah, I did.
Why are people shitty?
People fuck me. I fuck people. Basically, I sublet it for a while, and then my parents wound up like kind of helping like sublet it.
So you guys were running a weird.
It was a whole.
Oh my god!
And then the septic tank blew up.
Oh
the
my
septic tank
god.
blew up. And you want to know the best thing?
Carousel of folks.
You want to know the best thing?
What'd you do?
My sweet mother, whom I love dearly, she went over there and she's like, this isn't septic water from the septic tank, and got it on her hand and licked it.
Wait,
and got like fucking sepsis.
To make a point?
To make a point, yeah.
Okay.
If I'm wrong, Dad, if I'm wrong and you're watching, please let me know. I'm pretty damn sure I'm
that's unacceptable.
I think it's
there
brave.
Needs to be a little bit more
I think it's brave. I think it's brave.
Oh my god.
She's the kind of mom that eats fly. Like somebody's like, oh my god, there's a spider. She'll just eat it.
Listen, you guys, you have horrific intestinal issues for a reason. Like these are not safe things.
This is not. These are not genetic dispositions.
No,
these are...
no prepubescent boy should have fissures.
Hey,
that's the result of
some prepubescent boys do, and I'm one of them.
All right.
Sorry for the spotlight stealing there.
No, it's all good. It's all good. I don't want to put anybody on blast, but I'm concerned. Okay, I just have to say one thing.
Okay.
I just have to say one thing. This isn't just because we're on the
now my mom smells like the soap.
Oh shit!
Call back from Neil.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna keep it going. I'm not gonna roast your mom too much.
Okay.
Even though your mom eviscerated me over my phone being dirty.
I'm not gonna counter.
But hey, some people take high roads. The allegations of abuse in a secretive Lagos compound spanned almost 20 years. The Synagogue Church of All Nations did not respond to the allegations, but said previous claims had been unfounded.
So this is the Christian Epstein Island, folks.
T.B. Joshua, who died in 2021, was a charismatic and hugely successful preacher, televangelist who had an immense global following.
You hate it when they're dead.
Yeah, no, I'd love for him to get a little comeuppance. Absolutely.
You almost have to like attack their family at that point.
This is where I'm like, I hope that like hell is real.
Yeah.
I hope hell is real. Literally.
Yeah.
Literally. Because this motherfucker, he's Let's go. Okay, so we've got eyewitnesses accounts physical violence or torture carried out by Joshua, including instances of child abuse and people being whipped and chained in the name of the Lord. Numerous women who say they were sexually assaulted by Joshua in the name of the Lord, with a number claiming that they repeatedly raped for years inside the compound. Multiple allegations of forced abortions inside the church following the alleged rapes by Joshua, including one woman who said she had 5 terminations. Multiple first-hand accounts detailing how Joshua faked his, quote, miracle healings, which were broadcast to millions of people around the world.
So there's a point, have you guys ever noticed there's a point where, like, if you're, like, talking about one person's story, it's, like, really sad. And then if you get to, like, 2 or 3 people, you're like, oh my God. But there's a point where it becomes, like, a social thing, where it becomes, like, 700 people affected in this, and there's almost like you almost pull back again. You almost are like, okay, statistically that's statistically sad.
Yes.
I'm statistically sad about this. I'm sad statistically.
Right.
But it's no longer like an emotional, like you're not like seeing one person.
Well, it's like trying to like fathom a billion.
Exactly.
You're like, I'm sad.
Exactly.
It's a lot. I don't know
it's impossible
what
to
do.
have empathy for too many people all at once.
In 3 hours, I am going to have lunch. You know what I mean? Like
statistically, in 3 hours, I'm going to have lunch.
I'm going to have lunch.
And statistically, right now, I'm statistically sad.
Statistically, I'm rock hard.
I'm rock hard. I just find it interesting that envelope that we have, that threshold for empathy.
Yeah.
It's an interesting one.
Yeah, sometimes we get like, I'm really glad you said that, because sometimes we get halfway through these stories and I'm like, man, where's the comic relief?
That's what we're here for, baby.
Absolutely.
That's what we're here for, baby.
Let's see here. One of the victims, a British woman called Ray, was 21 years old when she was abandoned by her degree. She abandoned her degree at Brighton University in 2002 and was recruited into the church. She spent the next 12 years as one of Joshua's so-called, quote, disciples inside his maze-like concrete compound in Lagos.
Maze-like concrete compound.
A shocking journey into the maze of manipulation and terrifying abuse perpetrated by one of the most powerful religious figures of the 21st century.
Damn.
We all thought we were in heaven, but we were in hell. Ooh. And in hell, terrible things happen. She told the BBC. But that's kind of the whole thing with hell.
That's kind of the whole thing with hell. That's kind of a non-point point. Whenever you get to Lagos compound, you've made it. When they said Lagos compound, I was like, okay.
Compound. This is Ray, huh? Gosh. They did a number on her. She
looks very concerned.
She looks very concerned.
We don't show victims.
We don't show victims. Ray, and when I say did a number on her, it's not in the way you think. Look up Ray, TB Joshua.
Sometimes we force you to look up.
She just looks not like the person I would expect. She looks like she literally lives in like San Francisco and works at like a dog park.
I feel like she has like a special kind of job that's not invented yet. Like you guys remember Minority Report? She kind of reminds me of one of the oracles.
Yes. No, she literally looks like she's like in a Mickey Mouse cosplay. Yeah, I mean that's not who I would expect to be a TB Joshua victim.
Absolutely.
And
yet, here we are.
Yeah.
Hey, at least he didn't discriminate, I guess. That's, so. Non-discriminatory.
More than 25 former disciples spoke to the BBC, giving powerful corroborating testimony about their experiences within the church. It's just so crazy when you get, like, so deep into shit like this. And then social, like, kind of like the gay marriage stuff. There's like, oh, yeah, gay marriage is fucking whack, so, yeah, it's not right. And then it's like, oh, yeah, all this, like, torture and rape and religious stuff, it's all in the name of God, so it's all, like, totally cool. Like, it's just so weird how, like, mob mentality can, like, literally change the way you objectively feel, perceive, like, everything. Like, we are just refractions of our society through a filter of our own, like, judgment. Like, it's just
it's all silly. Individual universes. It's all individual universes, and then you eventually build up a common narrative with enough people, and you have a cultural shift or a cultural movement or a religious shift or a religious movement, and then all of a sudden, like, if everybody's whipping and raping, then whipping and raping is chill until an outsider comes in and says, I'm not sure about the whipping and raping.
But even, like, you probably need, like, 10 outsiders. And they need to show you how good it is to not whip.
And not rape.
You're like, you fucking idiot.
Oh,
You're wasting all my good whipping time.
Wait. What do you do with all the whips, then?
We don't have whips.
What?
my God.
Get the fuck out of here.
You've got 10 seconds before I start whipping myself.
I am gonna. It is interesting.
Goodness.
No, it is.
Oh,
Well, and it makes you wonder, what are our cultural blind spots? Like.
Oh my God.
Like, think of the cultural blind spot of, like, right now. It's like,
well, we already talked about this circumcision.
Circumcision.
That's a big cultural blind spot.
But and you just don't know until you know.
Yeah. Although you did not circumcise your son, and we know this.
Yes, I did not circumcise
Do you
my
regret
son.
that ever?
No.
Okay.
Not
good.
at all.
That's
No,
good.
not
That's
at all.
good.
Not at all. Even when he had a weird red lump on his dick.
Okay, because I wasn't going to go into the specifics of your son's red lump on his dick.
I'll talk about. I mean, I guess maybe I should let him
talk about it.
I don't know. Yeah, I guess.
Wait, really?
So there's a point where that's the case.
That's the hard thing.
Is it like 4 years old where I'm like, okay, he has like.
See, that's hard.
And then I have a form, and I'm like, hey, Luke,
Right.
do you mind if we talk about the red lump on your dick on the brew? And he's like,
Yeah.
Dad, what?
It's hard.
I'm 4.
Well, because children have no sense of. They have nothing until they are like 5, but they have something.
They do.
They're not just like nothing.
They like stuff. They don't like stuff.
They do like stuff. They don't like stuff, but they don't have consciousness, and they don't have autonomy. They don't have reason. They don't have context. So it's hard to like ask a child to make any sort of decision when they don't even realize what they're doing in making a decision.
It's hard to give autonomy to an entity that would like actively drive a bus off a bridge and laugh until it hit the water.
Yes,
that's
exactly.
where you're like,
well,
okay, but you deserve autonomy.
Well, I mean, in every single fucking like society, like animal society, like I'm assuming we don't give a lot of autonomy to the babies. It's like, I'm gonna fucking bite you. Don't like bite your cousin.
Sure. Yeah.
I'm actually gonna eat you, and then I'm gonna have hormones to fuck more.
There you go. It's really
like
it's a pretty simple cycle. Like, is the baby
actually, I guess
eat it?
Yeah. Well, and even I guess that's really more self-interest than looking out for them.
Sure. Joshua did some bad stuff, folks. I'm sure we're gonna have a Netflix documentary on this within 6 months.
If you haven't seen the Twin Flames universe, there's you gotta get on the Twin Flames.
A lot of people are talking about these good cult documentaries.
Dude, I have always been fascinated by cults, and that's why I've just loved over the last couple of years, kind of like watching you build the property.
It is really fun. So in news on the property and off grid, if you're still out there, check this. We just finished our first 20 panel array. So we have 5,000 watts of solar power on a roof. And we're working on finishing that structure to turn it into a community kitchen. So we've got our ag tent out there with big covered storage. We are just finishing the office, and we're working on finishing the main solar array with a finished kitchen inside it. So this summer's going to be a lot of fun. John says, I'm not paying $800 for my son to have a 1/4 inch of skin taken off his dick. And I think that is sound financial reasoning and sound ethical reasoning. Abso-lutely. So folks, today we're out here broadcasting. This is actually for me, for Jeff, for the Smiley family in general. This is our post-miss, our late Christmas. So we're out here celebrating Christmas. We're having a good time. Yesterday we did a gingerbread competition. And since we've got Jay in the bathroom, I'm going to actually give you a tour. We're going to lose sound for 1 second, but I'm going to go ahead and show you those gingerbread houses. I think you're going to really enjoy it. So
sound down for one moment here.
I was telling him about the weekend, and I thought I'd give him a taste of the good news.
He wanted to bring you inside for the real scoop, folks. You saw the windmill in action. And you saw it here first. Let me see here. Folks, sometimes we like to bring you stories that are a little bit lighter in nature.
And I should have gone pee, too.
Mouse filmed tidying up man's shed every night.
That's fucking awesome.
We're going abroad for this special bougie brew. We're
my God.
doing BBC today. Despite being an avid wildlife photographer, retired postman Rodney Holbrook never expected to capture a Ratatouille-style scene unfolding in his own shed. After regularly discovering that things from the night before had been mysteriously tidied, he set up a night vision camera on his workbench. It captured a mouse picking up clothes pegs, corks, nuts, and bolts. He has since been nicknamed the well-kept rodent Welsh Tidy Mouse.
Wow.
God damn, Welsh Tidy Mouse.
The Welsh Tidy Mouse.
And this, I mean, come on.
This is the guy.
Come on, baby.
This is the guy.
If you got a Welsh Tidy Mouse, this is
what you look like.
This is what you look like.
And this is how you feel, too.
Absolutely.
Proud.
He said, you know what?
Proud.
I always knew I was special. That's what he said. 99 times out of 100, the mouse will tidy up throughout the night. The 75-year-old from Bilthwells, Powys, said the tidying ritual had been going on for about 2 months.
God.
At first, I noticed that food that I'd been putting out for the birds was ending up in some old shoes, which I was storing in the shed. It's incredible, really, that they put them all back in the box. I think it's possible that they enjoy it.
So, when this mouse, normally a mouse dies in your shed, you're happy. When this mouse dies in this shed, there's a 30% chance this guy's going to kill himself. There's no reason left. There's no reason to keep going.
I mean,
and he's got to clean his own shed now.
The mouse places all the bits and bobs back into a pot on the workbench. I mean, can you
losing a friend and your housekeeper at the same time? No, thank you.
Well, and the thing is, Tyler, you run a cleaning company, so I think this could probably be something you should consider entertaining as an expansion.
We've actually talked a lot about trained animals out at the property, and why not talk about them in the business? One of our patented security measures out at the property is a close friend raises ferrets, and we're going to train them to eat exclusively dick.
Okay, by the way, that's funny.
Yeah, so the dick-eating ferret security method.
I had to take a second because that's pretty funny.
It's pretty funny. We actually talk about it almost every Tuesday when we're at the property.
So one thing about me, and not to SS, but I just if I hear ferret, I'm going to talk about how much I hate ferrets.
You do hate ferrets.
They're just disgusting, vile creatures, and anybody that owns a ferret is a disgusting, vile creature that belongs in the ferret and capture themselves, enclosement themselves.
But, well, they do build that enclosure when they bring the ferrets in. I want to go on record and say I love ferrets.
The last thing I'll say is, when you said you were thinking about getting ferrets in your house, that hurt me. That hurt me. I was like, I've tied my boat to
an insane person.
To an insane boat that's sinking.
I love ferrets. Here's the thing: you make exchanges now, and here's another thing, Jeffrey. Did you? Wow, that is a mouse.
Yeah,
that is
dude,
a mouse.
No, check this out. Check this out, really quick.
I'm gonna burn myself. I'm gonna burn myself to show you guys.
Here, one second. There we go.
I'm gonna burn myself.
Literally, a mouse tidying up because he's a good steward of a shed. I mean, what more do you want, folks?
Oh,
what more do you want? Can we move that? Is that even possible? Yeah, there we go. There we go. So this is a young mouse. I'd say he's probably adolescent. Definitely not prepubescent, but a mouse that has a good, hearty amount of strength to take these bits and bobs and really, do the whole thing with them.
He's going the whole 9 yards.
But sorry, you were saying something about... And folks, comment about ferrets below, but really, if you own a ferret, I do respect you less. I actually do. But go ahead.
There are.
Unless you own it on the property. I think that's a great idea.
Okay, so... There's one.
Because that's where ferrets belong. On a fucking farm.
Now it's my time.
Okay.
One, I'm about to pop off. One, there are scent glands in ferrets. Scent glands can be removed or they can be not removed.
Oh, so is it an animal or is it a doll? Are you just reconfiguring everything so that it can be exactly what you want?
I'm trying to think of something that you've had done. See, he still has his dick. I was going to say they cut your dick off when you were a kid, but
I didn't cut my dick off.
He's one of the only kids from the 90s. He lived a lonely life until 2015 when it got popular.
Yeah,
he's going to be able to fit in with this new generation of lads.
It's gonna be nice.
Really, really well.
I'm going to have dick friends. I've got dick friends in high places. So, I used to be self-conscious of not being circumcised, but now the tides have changed.
Absolutely, I get that. So why do people like ferrets off grid? Let's dive into this.
Why do they?
Why do people like ferrets?
Why do they?
They're very intelligent.
Get a fucking cat.
They're more intelligent than rats. Okay, so they're hyper intelligent. Rats are very intelligent. You wouldn't get a rat either. You're not a rodent person.
Here's the thing: I would get a rat over a ferret.
You would get a rat over a ferret. They're more intelligent than rats. They have sight glands which can be removed, and if well trained and groomed, if washed weekly, and if trained to use the bathroom in the right spot, they don't actually smell that bad. Okay. Now they are overall one of the stinkier creatures. I get that, but they're also a tiny little fucking weasel, and that's pretty legit. So there are some trades you have to make. It's like
You got me there.
it's like if you want to have a beaver in your house, he's gonna chew up your chair legs. But you do literally have a beaver living in your goddamn house, which is pretty fucking cool.
See, I just
Proper care and proper thought must go into it, and a lot of people that have ferrets don't do that. But if you do it, there's a halfway. I'm not gonna say that they deserve to live in a ritzy neighborhood, but I am going to say they are not necessarily critically insane. They can still be members of society. I'll say that.
Ferret owners?
Ferret owners.
I mean, I guess. It just, I don't understand. I guess what's wrong with a cat or a dog or a bird or even a snake?
So, well, some places you can't have them. Some places you can't have them.
Well, a place that you're going to... No place that's going to not have an animal policy is going to allow a ferret, guinea pig, hedgehog, fucking any of that shit.
Ferrets don't go outside.
Any of these pocket
You can
pets,
hide it from people.
Yeah, but they fucking... You can tell where a cage has been. Because you're talking to a guy that's worked in property management.
Sure. So how did that go? Like, did you have to prove that somebody had a pet to, like, charge them for it? Did you charge them for it?
In this particular instance, I was new, so I knew that they had it, but I was just like, honestly, I have bigger fish to fry.
I've got bigger fish to fry.
Okay, so when I worked at a West Seattle apartment building, I had 2 buildings, eventually 3, and they were not nice buildings, by the way. I'm not flexing. It was just what was happening in my life.
At one point, he had to hide in a laundry room while a methed-out tweaker banged on the door threatening to stab him to death.
Yeah, and I called the cops. Even though the fucking police station was literally 1 minute away, it took them over 20 minutes to leave. And since the meth head guy was leaving, I was baiting him to keep him on premises so that he would get arrested because he was one of our residents' boyfriends.
You think you can handle this heat, bro?
No, literally. And I was like, fuck you, bro. Fuck you.
You open the door, pop your head out, close it, and lock it again.
What? And then he come down the stairs. We're I'm literally trapped in a little laundry room bunker area with a 57-year-old man named Girma who's Ethiopian with his wife.
That's right, Girma!
And they're worried. And I'm like,
everybody's
good.
worried.
I got this. It's all good. Whatever, bitch.
I was on the phone with you for part of the time you were in there, wasn't
Potentially, I don't know. I called 911 twice.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, I'm stuck in here and there's somebody on drugs who is violent. And you're 1 minute away. Can you please come help me?
There are some parts of Seattle where they would have been there in 3 minutes. There are some parts where they would have been
West
there
Seattle,
in 20.
baby. Not White Center / Westwood Village. It's West Seattle, but it's really White Center, and it's fucked.
White Center is another spot where they're it's still called that? White Settlement? You remember we were talking about White Settlement the other day.
Well, White Settlement because that's
White Center because that's what they're fucking smoking.
That's what they're smoking that white. They're smoking whites.
They're smoking, yeah, absolutely. Oh. Goddamn, there was murders. There was murders, and how
a guy was shot and killed a block from your house. Right?
If I went out my door, turned to the right, I would see where the man was shot and killed. Yeah, absolutely. And in addition to this, there was a fucking toothless 80-year-old hoarder / drug dealer named Walter Chu.
Oh, Walter!
He's probably dead
the Walter
now.
Chronicles.
And if he's not, fuck you, Walter.
I have a lot of respect for Walter. He hates Walter.
No.
I have a lot of respect for Walter. He was hustling.
No, I also have a lot of respect for Walter because listen, Walter was I wouldn't say my sidekick, but he was my security.
Yeah.
He was my security.
He was bringing in the bad people, but you knew you were safe because Walter was there.
Literally. Yeah. Often I would see people with scabs all over their face nodding out right outside his fucking door. But that was my only real issue.
Yeah.
Like he was like, hey, just so you know, Jim, I just want to let you know that I've been watching all over here, man. I keep it good for you. It's all good. I mean, there's some people that were hanging out in the street. I said, hey, keep it moving, man.
I just love.
But he was toothless, Asian, ponytail, definitely doing drugs and selling it.
Yeah.
Quarter.
There's rules in life. There's rules that you have, like, oh, you can't do drugs at work, or oh, you can't do this, or oh, you can't do that. Really, all the rules actually come down to is, does this work well enough for us to continue functioning as a society,
Well, and
as a business,
he was
and as an
paying his
organization?
rent always. And there were other people that didn't pay their rent. There was shit that was, he was always paying his rent. So I'm like, Walter, you know what? I'm not going to fuck with you. Don't fuck with me. Just, keep the people with scabs awake. And
they can be here. They just have to be awake, Walter. You can get hooks. You can get hooks, and their hooks can hang on the hooks.
Yeah,
you can do whatever you want, Walter.
Do it.
Just keep them awake.
Yeah. So that was Walter.
Walter Chu, folks.
Walter Chu.
I
hope
you're still alive, Walter.
I actually drove by that apartment building the other day, and I looked up, and it's just so crazy how some things stand still.
Absolutely.
I'm like, oh wow, there's still the same people living here. Like, it's just just crazy. It's just life, it's. You ever think about I'm gonna have you guys do a little experiment. Think about tonight when you're going to bed. Just think about time. Like, you're in about 8 hours, 9 hours, whatever it is. You're going to be sleeping. You're going to be going to bed. Just think about you being a person that's about to do that, and then now think about me telling you this. So think about it in the future, and then you're going to be prompted to think about it in the past. And I don't really know what I'm getting at, but do you know what I'm getting at?
And then think about whatever your deepest, darkest kink is. Think about that.
Think about that.
And then while you think about that, reach down. Turn on your nightlight. Get your mind out of the fucking gutter and read yourself a nice kid story. Because that is a good way to relax. If you're on the edge of either one fish, two fish, red fish, blue fish.
Pop on pop. But go ahead, please. Sorry.
That was about it.
Okay.
I was just gonna give people JOI, but then tell them not to actually do it because that's weird.
I mean, if you would like a Brotherwife JOI, do you want to give a little JOI right now?
I need a little more forethought for a JOI. OGL, Lowell, please help cops. You're 1 minute away. Sorry,
we have a standard 15-minute policy. Dude, it felt like that.
Yeah.
And the thing is, they barely even arrested him. He ended up getting arrested on a weird technicality because his girlfriend that lived there had an old protection order that she wasn't even adhering to anymore because it was a toxic relationship, but it still was legally mandated. So he didn't even get arrested for trapping us.
Yes, we can arrest him.
He was out the same night. And I literally was walking around the premises with a fucking hammer because I was afraid.
Dude.
And I was like, I was actually prepared to hammer a man in the skull, making $20 an hour. I'm a professional. I don't know what you want.
There's almost like
I'm not joking.
As a business owner, if you're running an organization, you should add more threats. You should add more danger because people will adjust. People will adjust.
When things get heightened, people get into the game.
And there's a point where you're sure, it is your job to be a clerk at a gas station, but sometimes it's also your job. Have you guys seen the video of the guy stabbing someone 4 times and then the guy said, I'm dead!
The robber?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. That guy's job was to stalk an AM PM's fucking shop.
You shouldn't be working with bugles and then stabbing someone's
exactly.
Lifeless. That
but you can pull it off. You could, that guy is basically paramilitary at that point.
Oh my God.
He does work for an AMPM, but what's the paramilitary acronym for AMPM?
I don't know.
AMPM, all men patrolling merchandise.
All men patrolling merchandise.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. Armed men patrolling merchandise.
Yeah.
What is up, AMPM, folks?
Yeah, AMPM. Armed men patrolling merchandise.
OGL, he did see that. That shit was real. I'm dead. He killed me. Yeah.
Can we end on that?
Wild.
Can we end on
Can
that?
we end on that?
To find that.
I think he may.
Is it gone?
He may drop a couple. Here we go. Okay,
yeah,
so
I've always thought about if I were to try to get robbed. I don't know. I told you my girlfriend and I, we have a routine where I go for the wallet, she goes for the kill. That's gonna be you're never gonna expect that a woman is gonna come at you when you're about to you're about to grab that wallet.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one thing that I feel like is relevant here, and stalling.
No, pivot, hard
Pivot.
I'm dead. Small business.
You know what? I
owner
never
stabs
wanted to
aggressive robber.
rob a gas station, but I would want to rob a bank. I really
Yeah,
would.
absolutely.
And I'm not going to hurt anybody, but like, dude, if you could fucking rob a bank, and here's what I want to do: I want to rob a bank and then get away with a jetpack. I want to rob a bank, get away with a jetpack.
That is not good.
Gonna happen? The jetpack?
The jetpack is great. I love the jetpack, but like this. So folks, we open on this scene right here.
Wait, is there sound? Can we get sound?
Yeah, I've got the sound on. So we open on this scene here, and what we've got is we're in a smoke shop here. And we've got a gentleman clerk that's in the shot. You can see him, and he's about to walk around. He's about to kind of do his thing. He's about to walk around and do his thing, and you see a gentleman there and another gentleman behind him. They're about to cross that counter. Now watch.
Is it playing?
Watch what's in the hand. No, I'm about to play it. Oh, Jeff is gonna watch his hand and watch what happens now, folks. It is not playing.
Oh wow! That would be cool.
Okay, so he comes around, and that action right there looks like hits. Those are all stab wounds.
I'm dead.
Those are all stab wounds. Yeah, and he starts shouting, "I'm dead, I'm dead." I'm sure we're going to get it one more time. Here's what happened. A small business owner in Las Vegas protected himself in his shop from two juveniles who tried to rob him. The store owner stabbed the suspect 7 times before the suspect collapses. I get it, and you got to be quick on the draw, but 7 is a bit much.
What? I would not stop stabbing.
You would not stop stabbing at 7?
20 times. 7 is generous.
Do we know, was there a certain level of threat there off-grid? Do you recall, was there a gun?
There's 2 men in a motherfucking ski mask.
Yeah, there is a certain... I mean, and it is kind of like cops. They're like, if we pull the trigger, the goal is...
dude, yeah, they're hopping... Oh, goddamn. Oh, he got a big old knife.
A big old knife. I've got to think that guy is dead.
Oh,
I've got to think...
He proclaimed it as such. His buddy just left him. That's bitch made.
That is bitch made.
Fucking left him.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Pretty rough one. But I mean, that guy was quick.
Yeah, how the fuck did his buddy just leave him?
Quick and calm. You know, I honestly, you panic, I think, but you don't leave your buddy. You don't leave your buddy.
Oh my goodness.
You take a couple stabbies, you drag him out, or you say like, "Hey, our bad. I'm just grabbing my boy and leaving."
Yeah. Hey, no, we totally respect. You know,
we totally respect what you're doing here.
This is your smoke shop. I just want some salvia, but appears I'm already high on salvia.
That's kind of what I feel like.
He's not dead.
He's not dead.
I love that when you get creative when you have nothing else. I'm dead. I'm already dead.
I'm dead. No, you can stop now. But OG, off-grid, I kind of share that sentiment. 2 stabs, and it depends on the knife too. But this guy, we're
I
talking
would have
about
done maybe 2
yeah.
tops.
Okay,
Fuck?
you're talking about a 7-inch
I don't
Bowie
care.
knife.
Do
You're
not
talking about
come
a
in
7
with 2 masks threatening my life. I don't know if you have a gun.
I don't know. He was also a sushi chef in training. He was
Asian.
Okay, that's funny.
This guy does not mind taking a knife to rob me.
Talk about cross skilling.
Absolutely. That's hilarious.
You get +3 in knife
in
combat.
knife wielding.
Yeah, in knife wielding combat as a sushi
I
chef.
wonder which fish it felt like.
You know what I mean?
He was like, similar to a tuna. I know how to carve this up.
Tuna.
You know?
Similar to an albacore.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Holy shit.
Folks, this has been an absolute blast. It's been fun having you on this alternate set here. This is the Bougie Wife visiting today from the Pacific Northwest.
Brotherwife.
The stew with Bougie Wife by the swamp. We love you guys. It's been an absolute blast.
It has. We almost didn't even do this.
Yeah, it was a close call.
This guy carried the show. I'll tell you what.
Hey,
I begrudgingly.
And you rallied.
I rallied.
And we're glad as hell we did. It's been fun hanging out with you guys. Off-grid, shout out. Thanks for popping out.
OGL,
John, we love you. Bosch Paul.
Shout out Bosch Paul. Rock, paper, scissors,
Who's
loser
Bosch
gets
Paul? Okay. We can go out on that.
Fuck.
Yeah.
I really don't want to win.
We only have 20 seconds.
Okay, rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
2 out of 3 or no?
1. Just 1.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Fuck! God damn it!
We never go over
Okay, this is the worst thing that could have fucking happened.
Yeah, this is the worst thing that could have happened. We love you, folks. Have a wonderful. I'm really going for it too. I don't know. I feel bad now. I feel bad now.
I'm about to take a shower.
You're about to take a shower?
Take a shower.
We love you, Boss Paul. We love you, everybody. We love you, everybody. Ashley, thanks for popping in. Big smoochies.
We love you guys.
We'll see you on Friday.